Hey guys, so as you can see, alright guys, that didn't work out so well. So I got more books. That's the gist of it. Oh, that didn't work out so well, y'all. There was a tragedy. I think I won't do that again. It's a tragedy, guys. It's a tragedy. My poor leaf. Anyway, yeah, 18 more books came. So, I probably one of them gonna be read in this month. So for my TBR, this is what I have. So I'm gonna read The Pearl by Steinbeck. I've read only one book from him, which is one of my favorite books of 2 years ago from this author. I'm getting a brain, I can't think. So definitely short and sweet. You know, this month I'm doing NaNoWriMo, so everything is gonna be short and sweet. So we got this. Then A Small Place, Jamaica Kincaid. I already read this, so I'll give you the rundown at the end of the video. The book I will be focusing on is A Room with a View, E.M. Forster. I've read Howard's End earlier this year, and this will be my second book from the author. I love the author's story. Like I watched a documentary where I was just soaked up in his life story and his thought process. I really want to read like all his books, so this will be my second. And I started already, not far in, but it's a short read, so I'm all for the short read this month. You know, I'm doing NaNoWriMo. So this one, None But the Righteous. This is Chantel James. This is a debut. So I've been, you know, I have a whole bunch of debut books that all fell on the ground with debut books. So this one I started. It gives me a bit of an orchestra of minority in terms of the mind having a character of his own, that kind of deal. Not a mind, but like your subconsciousness is guiding you. That's the best way to put it. But I'm not that far in. I'm actually far in, but I'm gonna take my time with this because it's a genre I don't really read a lot of, so I have to ease into it. Yeah. And then the other two, I have no idea what they're about. They look kind of short, so I just said Embers of the Wind. I don't know. So Lisa Williamson Rosenberg, I never heard of it, but I'm going to give this a try. I don't know what genre this is. It's giving me historical fiction. We're talking 1850s Massachusetts. So I'm here for it. Another genre that is not romance. So I was happy. I think that's why I picked this up, because it's giving me thriller kind of deal. And then this one, The Scent of Burnt Flowers. I'm probably gonna F the name up, but guys, look at the cover. Oh, this cover is amazing. This cover is amazing. So this is a Ghanaian writer, and this is the debut. And this is also giving me dark, spooky, probably some folklore in there, so something like that. Again, I'm picking genres that is totally different for what I'm reading, so that's why this is on there. Now the book I'm reading from the ones that fell on the floor is a poetry book, and this is Unraveling, and this is from Brandon Leake, and this is a guy, I guess he was on he was the winner for season 15 of America's Got Talent. So I was like, yeah, I started reading his poetry already. I would definitely throughout this read some of his poetry in this video. I'm here for it. There's one that I was looking at, Safe Haven, and some other ones that I've been going through. Oh, there's one called Pain. Yeah. I'm really feeling his poetry style. It tells a story, but it also has this more simple take on poetry that is easier for you to grasp the concept. So I like that. So I'm not going to go through all these books at all that fell, but the covers. So I'm just going to give you what so you can see. There's some nonfiction is. There we go. That's 4. Yeah, these are some nonfictions. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe I've dropped all of these. Yeah. Again, quite a few nonfictions that I gotta figure out where to put these. This one, I am very much aware of this guy on social media. He's a comedian, so this is one with his wife, and I did see someone talk about it, so it'll be interesting, but might be hard, which I'm single, but then, you know, I'm still gonna read it. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know. And then this one, this, I like the title of this, Joel of Rights and Other Revolutions. So this is a short story collection, and I like short story collections. So this might get picked up real soon because, you know, African short story collection, I'm here for it. Yeah. And then, I don't want nothing else to fall. The only book I recognize very well is Yinka, Where's Your Husband? This book has been floating around Instagram for so long. I thought it had been more than a year, but apparently not. So it is qualified for this round of debut novel for the last, I guess, within the last year. But this book has been floating around, so I'm going to finally read this. I'm excited for this because I want to see what is the talk about. And then the book is another coffee table book that is going to go downstairs. And it is illustrated honoring the icon of and the unseen Black history. And y'all, they have everybody in here. It's just such an amazing, I mean, they have everybody in here. Artists, musicians, singers. I guess I can give you a little peep inside so you can see it. People you like, people you don't like. It's all in here. This is like the perfect. I love every year that I get a coffee table book, and now that I have 3 of them now, I can really. But I love this. Even in here they have all these faces and stuff. So this is going to be an interesting read on for each of them. And look, I literally just randomly opened the page and look at it. Look at my James Baldwin. But where's this picture? Why we don't have a picture of James Baldwin up in here? Do we even have? No, there's no picture of James Baldwin. But they do have 2 pages of him talking about him. And they do have pictures. I know they wouldn't do my James Baldwin like that. But look at his illustration. Look at his. This is fly. This is fly. Oh, they gave him look, I mean, you know that iconic sit down photo that he has. This is the favorite that came. I literally was jumping out of my skin when this showed up. I was screaming like, yo. Oh. Look at this one. Yo. This is I didn't go through all of them to see all the people that's in here, but I am treasuring it. This is like the favorite out of all of the books that was sent to me. This just ate me up. I don't know how many more coming, because now we're up to 40 something. I'm pretty sure there's more coming. But there's one particular book that I was hoping would come. It's a nonfiction. I literally purposely did not purchase the book because I had a feeling that it was gonna find me. but it didn't come yet, so I don't know if that's going to be a book that I'm going to get, but I'm hoping it comes. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in now and get back to reading this book, and then I would talk about it the next 3 days. Yeah, I'm starting this on a Wednesday, wrapping it up Friday morning, Friday. So this give me 2 days to, well, 2.5 days to read, to finish it. It is very short. It's under 200 pages. It reads very good. It's in parts, and I'm excited. This is one of his most talked about, and you know, I love this cover as well. I saw several covers, but this one really, with the rainbow and the houses in the back, I thought this was a nice cover. And I'm here for the penguin random house, black spines. So, all right, guys, that's what we got. That's excitement, and I'm just, oh no, oops, there's more books. There's more books. Okay, we got this one that I missed, and then these two. Oh, there's a cookbook. Is this a cookbook? And my boo, Orchestra Minority that I just talked about, blurb the back of this. There's one of those things that come. I thought it was a cookbook. It's not. Oh, it's not. What am I thinking? Down-home meals for difficult times. So that's one. And then Still Waters is the other one. Why do I feel like I've read a book with this title before? So yeah. All right, that's it now. Whew. Now I gotta figure out where to put these books, guys. I'm running out of space, like seriously, to put books. I'm gonna have to be creative because there's rooms here, but I like space. I don't want my. This is my nook area. You guys see where I do my craft, I do my writing, I chill. Got all my plants. Even though this one got abused today. Oh my God, this is so sad. I don't want to add too many books up here, so I gotta figure out where else I can put some books in this house. Yeah, because I have tons of books. Like books are lining up, plus these, and yeah, the book lover struggle. Book lover struggle. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be back. Alright guys, so I did get some more books. So I'm just going to give you a glimpse of it before we talk about the books that I read. So we have this one. Now this one I've seen a lot of. It's a short story collection. So I hope to get into it. This is a controversial author that I just knew the book was going to come to me because it's a debut. Yeah, she was a mess all year, but I got the book. Then we have some non-fictions. Then we got this huge book. I'm not sure if it's YA or not. I did not. Actually, none of these books I looked to see what they were about. But anytime I see books like this, I'm always assuming it's a YA. So we'll see. But I also like that it had some kind of map in the cover. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book. But we'll see, because like I said, I've not read. I think there's only one YA I've read this year. Yeah, I haven't. I try to read at least 3. Then we have this one. It's a memoir. So I don't know if this is a novel or it says based on a true event. So we have that one. And this one is also looks like a nonfiction. So we'll see. Alright, so that's it. So let's get into what I've been reading. So we'll start with this wonderful book by Jamaica Kincaid, where she summed up her beautiful island. The culture, the issues, the things that you often don't think about as a person who is living there versus a person who comes back to visit. And in this case, it's her returning and how she sees our island, the things that have changed, the things that haven't, the struggles. But she talks about a part of it that I think of because I am Jamaican and lived in Jamaica as a child, and things you realize, and then as an adult visiting, things you never think about, how much of your own island you never got to enjoy, or even see, but tourists come and they get to enjoy that. So we're gonna get into a section of it. All right, so let's see. Every native would like to find a way out. Every native would like a rest. Every native would like a tour. But most native in the world cannot go anywhere. They are too poor. They are too poor to go anywhere. They are too poor to escape the reality of their lives. They are too poor to live properly in the place where they live, which is the very place you, the tourist, want to go. So when the native sees you, the tourist, they envy you. They envy your ability to leave your own banality and boredom. They envy your ability to tour their own banality and boredom into a source of pleasure for yourself. Y'all, yeah, this is such a beautiful. When I live in Jamaica, there's places I've never heard of, places I've never been to, didn't know. When I went back to visit the first time as an adult, I toured the entire island. I think I only missed one parish out of the whole time I was there. And I had means. I had financial means to go everywhere that I've ever imagined, ever heard of, or ever saw on TV. And I was in the moment of realizing how beautiful my island was. But then you see the reality of people living in certain part of the island that cannot enjoy what I was able to enjoy coming back as a tourist. So when I was reading this, I just thought about all those things. Then you thought about the things that you want to change as a person who no longer live on the island, and you think to yourself, you wish you can do this. You wish you can have this influence to do this. And many of us are frustrated in the fact that we can't do the things that we would want in order to better our island because of the stronghold that you have when you think of politics. You think of who is in control, who is running the show. And some celebrities are able to make impactful contribution to the island and continue doing that in supporting the education system in schools and stuff like that. But then you know, as you're a person that you want to do your part, but the struggle. But then you think of the beauty of the people who continually survive and live and do their best to enjoy what they can of the beautiful island. So I love this. I thought it was great. I learned so much about Antigua that I didn't know, especially like the independence and things like that. I had no clue. Certain affiliations I didn't know about as well. So I found that this was a nice history, but summed up in a short, beautifully written way. And I am a fan. This is my second book from the author. This is, of course, more of a nonfiction versus the other book that I read, Lucy, that I am obsessed with. It is one of my favorite books this year. So I am loving this author. I love her writing style. I love how she gets you in your feels when you read her stuff. So I'm here for it. The next book is by E.M. Forster. This is A Room with a View. This is my second book by the author. I read House In. Now, what I would say about this book is that it is often this author, I find, talks about women and marriage, but in a way because it reflects the time period. So when you think of a woman at that age where she's supposed to be getting courted and thinking about marriage and stuff. So when we have a woman who is visiting Italy, she is in Florence with her cousin, and she is supposed to be around affluent with affluent people. She's supposed to have people with certain class status. And she is at a lodging where she was supposed to get a room with a view. This is why it's called a room with a view. Well, that's not why it's called, but this is where it started coming from, where you hear that. And this man and his son, and the man is considered lower class, and he offered his room because he has the room with a view. He said he doesn't care. Men don't care about stuff like that. You have it. But there's a whole idea that he is of a lower class offering that to women, and there's just this idea that that's not a right. But this is the kind of logic that you have oftentimes where you are in a eating area with just random people. Y'all just eating together. And so the chattering about what makes a person this or that, and religion and proper, and just it's the social class system, and in the classics that I read, especially classics that are after the Victorian time, it kind of sometimes even irritates you about to see how people really were back then and how they thought, and how they put women in complicated situations where they having to choose for social class and instead of choosing the man because of where the heart leads them. And this is where you get that in here. And even Howard's End, where I just did not care for that whole situation with that girl. Y'all remember I reviewed that. I talked about it earlier. I read it earlier in the year, and I did a review on that. This is another one where, you know, she having to choose, and the guy she met there, you know, and then of course she had to stop herself. Now she's back with her mom, and he happens to be there too, and she's now engaged to someone else. So there's that little, I'm engaged to this man, but my heart belongs over here, that kind of deal. I didn't know where this man was going with the story. I was a little frustrated. I felt some kind of way. But then it kind of ended good. I was smiling. I was like, thank God. That's the best way. But for the most part, I like his writing style. I just do find him a little interesting when he talks about women in his story. It's just, yo, these women, and the thing is, they were passionate. You can tell, like, the women, well, the main character in this has a certain passion of how she viewed love and how she viewed passion, you know, connection. But you know, it's robbed by the whole idea of the person needs to be of a certain social status to take care of you. Then there's even this whole idea of writing. There's a part where they talk about as if they're insinuating that women shouldn't be reading. This is a phenomenal classic. I absolutely think it is worth reading, but keep in mind, it is of the golden age. Backward women. This is like us back before, before we discuss really where marriage was of convenience. That's the best way I would sum it up. Marriage was of convenience. That's just it. That women then was married to make sure that the man can take care of you financially, and it wasn't about love. Love might have come after, or you might be lucky enough that the person you picked you really did love, but your first idea of love, of marriage, was can the man take care of me? Yeah. I'm reading more of him, and I really want to do like a full-on chat about the women in his stories once I read at least 2 more of his books. That's gonna be my little project for this man, because he's a little different. So yeah, I am here with this. Then we have this one. It's a poetry book And I thought this one was so interesting so far. This, you know, Brandon Leaks, and he was on. He won season 15. I think I talked about this earlier. But this is poetry. It says, strange familiarity. So, I don't know what draws you. I don't know what draws me to you. Maybe it's your infectious smile or the way your hair sways in a wing. Maybe it's the way you laugh at my corny jokes. Or maybe it's knowing you'll never truly be mine. There's something so enticing about the beauty you can't pluck from the tree. Or maybe it's our strange familiarity that draws me near. Yeah, I think it is. Our soul, distant lover across eternity, they're searching for each other, knowing they will never be one. They'll never be one as they once were. Yeah. Yeah, I need to work on my poetry side. I gotta get the rhythm of it. I feel like I need to get the rhythm of that. Anyway, I'm going to read more of this poetry book. Some good stuff in here. Some good stuff in here. So, some good stuff in here. So I'm going to read more of that. So yeah, this is going to end this here. This video didn't work out as a true vlog, but you know, I'm writing, guys. I'm not writing. Not rhyming. Alright guys, see you in the next one.